Hey guys, so I'm sure all of you saw the trailer for the new Drizzle season dropped yesterday, and I just wanted to give some quick general thoughts. This isn't gonna be like an analysis video or anything like that. It's just gonna be me talking, and I'm just gonna warn you all right now, this video is going to be somewhat negative, so if you're hyped for this new season and you don't want to hear any negativity, you might want to click off this video. But yeah, so we're just gonna get into it. I guess I'll just talk about everything they show off in the trailer one by one. So first they show off this new map called Crab Leg Capital, which honestly just looks like Mincemeat Metalworks and Sturgeon Shipyard had a baby. I feel like I'm more hyped for this stage than a lot of other people, but I'm not gonna deny that this seems to have some issues. I was watching Chara's analysis and he was pointing out that this map really has no way of getting out of mid besides a grate, which is pretty bad. Having one route anywhere is just bad, but there are some ink rails on this map which might let you flank. I'm not sure yet, but either way, I do think this map looks somewhat intriguing. I definitely do like the aesthetic. There's another brand new stage called Ship-Shaped Cargo Company, which seems to be more of a competitively viable map based on what they showed, but I don't really care much for the aesthetic of this one. So I do think it's worth talking about that we got two brand new maps this time, rather than just one new and one returning. I think that's kinda weird, but I'm not really complaining. It's just like very random to decide to start doing that now. Of course, we got two new main weapons, one being the Dread Ringer, which is a slosher. It sends out 2 sloshes at once, and it appears to take 3 sloshes to get a kill, which is very fair given that it has 2 sloshes at a time. I'm a little more intrigued by the new Splatling though, which is known as the Heavy Edit Splatling. I find it intriguing because I don't know what the gimmick is, no one does. It looks to just have good RNG and fire rate and also paint well. Having similar range to a Nautilus? I'm not sure, but I do really like how this weapon looks and I also like the name. We also know that this weapon has Curling Bomb and Tacticooler, which is honestly a pretty good kit. I also want to point out that the music that plays during this trailer, which is called Rip, Stop, and Go apparently, is fire. And that's coming from me, someone who tends to not care for Splatoon music. Finally, a good battle song. Okay, so this is funny. They dedicated like 10 whole seconds of this trailer to just showing that you can flip your hat backwards now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy this is in the game, it's a cute feature, but I just find it funny that they dedicated a whole section of the trailer to this. This just seems like a tiny feature that they'd reveal in a Twitter post or something. It's worth noting that this isn't just a feature for hats, it can also make your shirts look longer, and I assume it has some kind of effect for shoes as well. Salmonid Smokeyard returns to Salmon Run, which I'm happy about. Contrary to what many people seem to think, I actually liked this map in Splatoon 2. It was my favorite one, in fact. I'm a little sad to see no new King Salmonid though. New work suits were revealed, which is always appreciated. Also, it wasn't in the trailer, but I'll just throw it in here that Big Run was announced to be at the beginning of September, and it's going to be on Umami Ruins. They show off new table turf cards, which is basically just their way of showing us the new kits. This is the most disappointing part of the whole update. Besides the 2 new weapons which I talked about earlier, we're only getting 8 new weapon kits, which is the lowest of any season so far. Would it have really killed them to add more for the 1-year anniversary? It's also just baffling that we have less than any previous season. As for the kits themselves, I don't really use any of these weapons, so I don't particularly care about any of these, but I'm happy for the people that do. The last thing they show in the trailer are 3 new challenges, which all seem interesting enough. Seeing the modified Rainmaker challenge here is really funny, because if you didn't know, Splatoon NA accidentally leaked this on their Twitter a couple of days ago. Now, this wasn't in the trailer, but there are 2 other important things that were announced on Twitter. To celebrate the 1-year anniversary, there's going to be a special Splatfest themed around Shiver, Big Man, and Fry. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect this one so soon. I'm a Big Man stan, so I'm picking his team all day long, but I have a suspicion that Shiver's team might take this one. What team are you guys picking? Also, there's going to be new deep cut amiibos coming out in November, so that's pretty cool. Alright, now that we've covered everything, let's get into my overall thoughts. Here's where things are gonna get negative. As a 1-year anniversary season, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, This sucks. Even as a normal season, this isn't really all that impressive. Of course, I think the main contributing factor to this is the lack of new kits, but even other things seem pretty lackluster for a 1-year celebration. 2 brand new maps are cool, but could they really not have just ported an extra map or 2 from the previous games to beef up the content? The 2 new weapons seem good and viable, but again, this feels like so much missed potential. You could have introduced a new sub-weapon or brought back some special weapons to go alongside it. This trailer also barely showed off any new gear, which is a bit worrying. I hope there's a lot more gear in the catalog that they didn't show. Last season's catalog was already pretty disappointing, so I really hope this one is better. But just overall, this entire trailer is underwhelming, and I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. I'm sorry if this makes me come off as entitled or ungrateful, but they really should have done more for a 1-year anniversary. We should be getting more content than previous seasons, not less. And yeah, I know there might be way more to this season that they didn't show in the trailer, but guys, come on. Don't lie to yourselves. This is it. Maybe a few more small, tiny features that they'll reveal on Twitter, but this is all the big stuff. We said the exact same thing in the previous seasons, and look what happened. And if there is actually a lot more stuff that they omitted from this trailer, then they're dumb. They should be doing everything they possibly can to try and rope players back into this game because the player base is rapidly declining. Like, this might just be me, but if you're someone who used to play this game and then stopped, I really don't see anything here that's going to make you want to play again for more than like a few hours. But anyways, yeah, sorry if that was overly negative, but this was pretty disappointing, especially from a content creation perspective, because there's not much in the season to even like make content about. After I saw the trailer for the first time, I made some quick tweets about it, then I just fell back asleep. Whereas every previous season, I stayed up as a result of the hype. Don't get me wrong, this trailer does have some cool stuff in it that I look forward to, but overall, I think we all expected more for the anniversary. Let me know what you all think down below, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.